Welcome, everyone, to Logan, Utah and the Beehive State. We're here at Maverick Stadium, home to the Utah State Aggies, and eager for this clash. Utah State lined up, ready to deliver the opening kickoff. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Knights offense takes the field. And here comes this quarterback. This entire offense is built around him. He is the engine of the entire team.
I mean, he's the leader. He's the alpha. Everybody looks towards him. He's been doing it all year long. Everybody believes in this young man. Big opportunity, big stage.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. The Knights want to move quickly. Here's a quick throw out to the left. They get him down after he makes the catch. Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes second down.
Yeah, and I tell you what, when you stick these fast suckers in the slot, they don't have to be big. But you get those guys that are so quick in the slot, they can get great matchups, and I can get the ball to them quick because they're such dynamic playmakers.
At the 35, he's open. He's off to the races. Touchdown, UCF! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Utah State, 0.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. So Utah State's offense will take the field for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a productive play on first down. Takes a snap, wants to throw. And that one had some juice on it, but it's incomplete. After misfiring, it's second down. Trying play action. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. Touchdown, Knights. Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble. The defense comes up with the fumble and takes it to the house.
The old scoop and score. Create the fumble, pick that puppy up, take it to the house. Great job by the defense, not only forcing the turnover, but getting points out of it.
On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too, understanding the situation. It's third down. We're fine giving up completions right there, but we're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up fourth down.
Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. He'll wave for the fair catch and haul it in at the 25. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Dialing up a second down pass play. Quickly to the tight end. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds. The Knights will bring the punt team onto the field. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Guys, the Utah State offense about to give it another go. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
After that last completion, it's second down. They'll try the run. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point. But finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the middle. And that pass intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it and you can hear it, and sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time he used the lob wedge and the defender came in and made the interception. Big
throws toward the end zone. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
Finds his big tight end. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. And they don't want to waste this great field position here on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got his man. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Minnesota delivered a statement victory that's going to be celebrated in Minneapolis for some time. And if this team's not careful, it could become a football school again like it was back in the 1930s and 40s. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. On the move and looking deep. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. They're lucky that one hit the ground.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important.
Hit the afterburners, kid. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last.
And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
And that is an all-too-familiar sight. Listen, this team won last week, but they gave up 4 sacks. They got to protect this young man early in this game. Don't set the tone, and let's not go back to last week.
Looking to pass on second down. Gonna take a shot. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. He's got the tight end. That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. He's got it down the middle, and he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. The Knights are in the hurry-up.
At the 10-yard line, it's third down.
They'll try to get it through the air. Into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Third and short in college football today. You see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that.
And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, UCF. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
They'll leave it with him. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Give to the back. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. The hand to the running back. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Softened him up with a run. Now to throw. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the freshman just showed those great ball skills and snatched it right out of the air.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
From the gun, give on the inside. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Right back to it. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. The Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He'll pull it down and run. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. The Knights are moving quickly down the field. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Leaves it with the back. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. This offense has put on a display in the first half, and he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Knights!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
UCF 31, Utah State.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Utah State sending its offense back onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
They've been completely lethargic in this first half, but finally some signs of life.
And we've seen it, Reese, throughout time, throughout college football history. You get that one big play, momentum starts to come in, and I don't know what it is. It changes everything. Maybe that's the play they needed to finally get some points on the scoreboard before the half.
And now on second down for this offense. Spits it out to the back. Got a man. It's Francis. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Got his man on the right.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Good timing on the quick out. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Utah State. The extra point is good, but the lead is still big, down 31-7. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He'll try the left side. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Looks as if we're set to crank it up here in the second half.
31, Utah State.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Utah State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive.
Going to take a shot at this DB. And the ball is intercepted. Taking it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Line gets set, first down. The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
The offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they...
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. The Knights will call on their punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Guys, the Utah State offense about to give it another go. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get by.
Utah State up-tempo. To the air on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Ramirez. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Utah State comes to the line with a 1st and 10. Power football with the run. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
It's complete to the right. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. They're bringing heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Makes the grab over the middle. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there, because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle, short of the stick, setting up 4th down.
And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for room. It's Francis.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Give to the single back. Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26. Ball's at the 26. It's 3rd and short, and they'd love to pick up the 1st down and avoid settling for the field goal. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down mark.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. Utah State will snap it in the red zone. They'll go back to the ground. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Aggies. Here comes the 2-point try. Slams ahead. He's not going to make it in, and the decision to go for 2 does not work out. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
UCF 31, Utah State 13.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Still on his feet at the 45. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. They go to the ground. Open space at the 25. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's 1st down. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. He's got it on the run. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On second down, just keeps firing. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Touchdown, UCF! And the punishment has been extended.
Man, he's off to a good start this year. That's already his 3rd receiving touchdown. We're only 4 games into this season. I love how they line him up all over the field, and as the season goes on, they're going to keep being more and more creative with how they get this guy the ball.
Utah State, 13.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his big tight end. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who've starred through the first 3 periods. First down to start the drive after the break. He wants to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Ramirez.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Brought down at the 48 after a gain of 5. Utah State up-tempo. He's going to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Francis. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football.
He's loose. Touchdown, Utah State. What a catch and run for 6. He'll try to tack on one more. Let's see. He can block, he can catch, he can run. Yeah, let's just forget about the blocking for now. The catching, the running, the scoring is dangerous.
And they do the dirty work, but this is what they would prefer to do. These guys want to catch touchdown passes. Most of these guys were wide receivers in high school, and they show you why. They'll go up, get that football, make plays for the quarterback.
Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. On the ground with the counter. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. They'll give it to him again. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. To the ground with the back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Ball's at the 27. His offense facing a 3rd and long. Snap it to the back. Strong belief in this running game as he powers his way ahead and picks up 8. It's 4th and 1. The Knights line up to punt it away. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play just outside the 20. Utah State sending its offense back onto the field. He'll come out throwing on first down. Looking to the big tight end. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. A 3rd and long coming up here. Trying to beat the D deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity for the offense. A great spot to start this drive for the offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Caught near the sticks. It's Figueroa. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. The Knights are threatening on first and goal. Wants to go up top. He's got it. Touchdown, Knights. And the beatdown has ensued. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end, but all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
Utah State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to what a snag by the defense. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. What a huge call there. They had the turnover. Instead, the roughing the passer call takes it all away. You want to be physical with the quarterback, but you can't give up. Going for the big play. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end. Drops it right down the middle of the field, and he couldn't make the play. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over. Great spot to start this drive for the offense. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll give it to the back. Makes the tackle at the 31. It's a pickup of 5 on the play. Ball at the 31, 3rd and short, coming defense trying to rise up. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed on the outside, it's Figueroa. Man, and that's just making it way too easy on the defense. They're laughing at that short field. They're like, really? Okay, we'll just make an easy tackle and jog our punt return team out on the field. They're going to make it that easy for us.
Thrust that arm out. And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. They're going to ride this running back. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Man, this is a punch to the gut. When you know you're losing, and you know you got to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the football, and they still run the football down your throat. It's been that kind of day for this defense.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Now on 2nd and goal. Movement here from the tight end. They'll try to run it in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he didn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself. So I love the big fella getting the football.
Well, they say you win a few, you